Here I was lying in bed, waiting for this vibration to stop so I could go to sleep. And I began to think about Saturday and what a nice day Saturday would be, simply because of the fact that a cold front had come through, and it meant that up at Wurtsboro, where I was a member of a glider club, that the ridge lift would be tremendous. And that's when I found myself bumping against the ceiling.
An out-of-body experience is actually not just the feeling of being outside one's body, which is the first element, but also consists of two other elements. An elevated visual spatial perspective, meaning that you're not just out of your body, but 2 to 3 meters away from your body, normally under the ceiling, in elevation, and you're feeling from this elevated perspective to look back at your body.
In bumping against the ceiling, I didn't know what had happened until finally I looked around and said, oh, where am I? What is this? And I saw this flat thing I was lying on, as it were, like a concrete floor, and there was a fountain coming out of it. And the fountain, when I got positioned the other way around, was the chandelier hanging down from the ceiling, and I was bouncing against the ceiling. And I thought, oh, now I know what this is. Vibration is the beginning of the death process.
We made use of virtual reality in order to trick or to preclude direct vision of the subject's own body. We stroke the back of the experimental subject. We had a camera, not in front, but behind the subject, 2 meters behind, who was filming the stroking, and in real time projected this information to a head-mounted display, which was in front of the subject's eyes. So all the subject was seeing is the stroking, but now as if he or she was standing 2 meters in front. So this gives the strange sensation that you feel your touch at your back, while at the same time you see your own body being touched by 2 meters in front of you.
I swam back down through the air to get back into the... And I was able to flop back in the body, and I sat up. I went back to the doctors, and they went through a whole series of tests. And so finally, I was very careful about this vibration and the control of it. But it got irritating, so I said, well, what the heck, let's see what'll happen. And I went out again.
And some of the subjects reported that they very strongly felt the touch rather at the position where they saw being touched than at their back, which was one important evidence of linking experience to our experimental setup. And there was a second measure when after the 1 minute of stroking, the subject eyes, we displaced them to another position in the room, and then we asked them with eyes closed to walk back to the position. And when they were doing this, they actually did not go back to their real position, to my position right now, but rather were closer actually to where they saw the body. The out-of-body experience is one example where such an own-body illusion is apparent.
I went through a whole series of tests of verification, of going somewhere, doing something, observing things and stuff like that. And as a result, I got completely away from any fear, and that only did put together a much more devastating thing, and that's curiosity.
So I think it goes both ways. Science has ways to trick the brain, but the way the brain perceives the world in general under normal conditions also leads to a lot of illusions that can help science to ask important questions.
Have means to let people know they are more than their physical body. And knowing you are more than your physical body is the beginning of knowing that you survived physical death. And knowing that is a tremendous relief in fear. Because if you know that you survived physical death, something else has happened. You are free.
You have got to fucking be joking.